I'm Jeff Spinello. Most people know me as the crazy Christmas light guy. And I've decided to put on our first annual Lake Monticello Car Show, and we tied it in with the 50th anniversary events, but we're going to do this every year. And we were planning 60 to 80 cars, and we're over 90. So this is an incredible turnout. It's been a lot of fun. We've got such a variety of cars, and the objective was to get all the people that have classic cars at the lake that never take them out to bring them out. But we've got a great variety of cars. There's street rods, hot rods, classic cars, antique cars. There's some newer cars, foreign cars, just about everything in any style. Myself, I'm a purist. I like the cars back to factory original. I like to preserve the history. But don't get me wrong, I love a good hot rod too. I've had many. So I restore them, and I just can't get enough of them. My problem is I don't have enough garage space. We had a huge turnout. We figured 60 to 80, and we're over 90. I think we may be close to 100 cars. And it's tight, but we fit them all in, and it's been incredible. I can't believe the support here, and I think for the community it's great. We're going to do it every year, and we'll figure out a way to make it even better each year. We've got a variety of judges. Some own auto body shops, some are auto restoration people, and some are just car collectors or enthusiasts. None of the judges had a car entered, and I wanted people that know cars, appreciate cars, and really know what they're doing, and we're going to do it on a 100-point scale, and there's going to be the top 21 cars are going to win trophies. There's also a People's Choice where all of the people that showed up got to pick their own favorite, and there's a police chiefs, and the general manager, the board of directors got to pick a choice. So we've got a lot of trophies. Some of my favorites are the 50s and 60s, but of course in my own collection I brought 3 cars. I have a 1930 Ford Model A, I brought a 65 Mustang, and I brought my DeLorean, which everybody knows is the Back to Future car, so that's always a huge hit with the kids.
My name is Grant Shibuya. I live in Barboursville, Virginia. The cars that I brought here today were 2, and I've done numerous upgrades over the last 11 years, including a one-piece windshield, polished stainless exhaust, 502 Chevrolet big block motor, leather interior. The transmission is a 700R overdrive. It's air conditioned, has power windows, satellite, XM satellite radio with remote control, power trunk, power hood, and the car drives like a new car. That was done by the original painter. Mr. Fred Levy was his name. And it's House of Colors. It's Tangelo Pearl is the orange, and the black is just House of Colors black. Pinstriping is purple and silver.
Hello, my name is Rich Ramus. I live here in Lake Monticello, and behind me is a 1957 Chevy Bel Air, which was bought brand new back in 1957 by my uncle. I happened to be with him that day. I was 7 years old, and the car, needless to say, has been with the family through all of these years, and it's considered a family member. Basically, we've done everything on the car short of an off-body restoration. The engine's been rebuilt, transmission's been rebuilt, new paint job, new upholstery inside, new wiring. And the only thing that I've done to try to make it as roadworthy as possible, I have put radial tires on it, a anti-sway bar, and just recently power front disc brakes, which makes a tremendous difference stopping this guy. Well, you know, it's a thing with what they call the tri-5s, which are 55, 56, and 57. It really has kind of like a cult following. You'll see them featured in many of the older movies. You'll even see this car in, although it's a two-door version, in Dirty Dancing. Patrick Swayze was driving one. They're just a very sought-after body style. This one also has, it's got the 283 V8, and I put a new old stock 4-barrel intake manifold on it.
Hi, my name's Van Jenkins. I live up at Zion Crossroads, and this is a 1930 Model A Ford. Now, there's certain things about this car that's different than the standard, such as rumble seat was an accessory. The trunk was an accessory, all right? And there were other things internally in the car that had deluxe features in it, such as a light up in the ceiling, okay, and it had walnut grain trimming inside the car, and it had a button tuck interior. It had 2 spare tires on either side of the front fenders. This car is painted per original colors. The base color is kiwi green. The secondary color is elk point green. And the pinstripe on it was grass green, and it was put there to match the wheels. So I did a lot of research on Model A cars specifically for this model, and I found out exactly the color and how the car was built originally, and I methodically put it right back as it came per Henry Ford. So what you're seeing was probably what you could have bought in 1930 off the showroom Ford, also with the accessories.
Hello, I'm Eric Parlett. I've lived at the lake for about 17 years, and actually I guess 15 years. I've had the car for 17 years. It's a 1953 Austin-Healey. It's a BN1, or other people call it a 100. It's a 4-cylinder, 90 horsepower with it's 3-speed with overdrive. And what's interesting about it is the windshield was down, and so Healey wanted to make a car price-wise between an MG and a Jaguar, but he wanted to go 100 miles an hour. So Jerry Coker made this windshield so you could go down to have less drag, so it would go 100 miles an hour, but it was in between the price points of an MG and a Jaguar. This is a 1953, October 1953. It came out at Earl's Court, I believe. So it came out in a car show in like 1952, but they really didn't start making them until about 53. This is body 407, so it's a very early model. That's why it still says Austin of England on the back. It doesn't say Austin-Healey. So this car was built in England, and it was shipped over. And this, the 100s, the BN1s, is the ones that have the windshields down. Then they went to BN2s, and they went BN6s and the BJ8s. You'll notice it has no door handles, it has no wind-up windows. It's very basic. But I think it's one of the best British cars as far as the exhaust note, the sound. It kind of beats you up a little bit, and you smell the exhaust and everything. So it's like a pure British car, in my opinion. So I joined a Capitol Healey club about 5 years. I was actually a member for 5 years before I found this car. So I was looking around for cars, either they were really nice aesthetically or really nice mechanically, and it took me 5 years to find this one that was both. So it was pretty much restored. I bought it from Limerick up in Pennsylvania. So I've had that for, I don't know, 15 years or so. Then 7 years ago, I bought the 1969 Jaguar E-Type. It's a 6-cylinder, it's 258 horsepower, and it's a really nice cruiser. It's very luxurious. The British Racing Green is just gorgeous. I've done a lot of work underneath, but most of the aesthetics on top, it looks it's original. Both cars have been really good, no issues so far. We drive them a lot to vineyards, car shows, things like that. You've probably seen us around.
My name is Alan Ponton, and I'm driving a 1934 Ford three-window coupe. It's a unique body style. I've enjoyed owning it, having it, and driving it. The specialty to me is driving it, more so than showing it.